Welcome back to the Big Weekend Show. It is time for the Big Four, our picks for the biggest stories everyone will be talking about this week. I will go first. Postseason snub. The college football playoffs, they are set. It's going to be Michigan versus Bama. Talk about Bama. Washington versus Texas. Woo! But many people are shocked that Georgia and the undefeated Florida State left out of the mix. College football fans are up in arms. This is not the playoff scenario that we anticipated, and some big names and impressive programs left out of the mix. Oh, Alabama. David?
Undefeated. That's just wrong.
Rigged. Wrong.
It's absolutely
rigged.
Wrong. It's ran. So, House Speaker Johnson says a vote on impeachment inquiry for President Biden could come this week. Here he is on Fox and Friends Weekend.
Or being stonewalled by the White House because they're preventing at least 2 to 3 DOJ witnesses from coming forward. A formal impeachment inquiry vote on the floor will allow us to take it to the next necessary step. And I think it's something we have to do at this juncture.
Do you have the votes to actually formally start an impeachment process?
Yeah, I believe we will.
Yeah, guys, you couldn't impeach Alejandro Mayorkas. I just had to throw that in there. But can you please start? There's enough evidence. It wasn't fake. It wasn't collusion. The Post story was real. I think at this point, all of America knows this. But I have nothing else to say about this.
I think you have a lot to say.
Okay, squad member Pramila Jayapal once again warns President Biden, saying his pro-Israel stance against Hamas will cost him votes in 2024.
The way that this, the handling of this war started was unfortunately such that it has alienated huge communities. At the end of the day, the United States has its reputation to think about globally, and if we alienate all of our allies in the Middle East, that is not going to help us ensure that President Biden wins domestically at home.
She's not wrong about the fact that Democrats have a problem on their hands, but they created this monster. Molly?
All right. The U.S. Department of Education's Office for Civil Rights opening an investigation into Harvard, joining a long list of these elite schools. And one Harvard alum is imploring the Education Department to expand its probe on the raging anti-Semitism that they believe is happening at their alma mater. The alum sent a letter to the Boston office of the Civil Rights highlighting anti-Semitic and anti-Israel protests, saying, quote, both are in disguise calls for the murder of Jews and Israelis. To date, there has been no indication that Harvard has taken any action in response to these threats against Jews and Israelis, speaking specifically about calls made via a bullhorn to globalize the Intifada and, of course, the other chant, the mantra that is we were hearing at so many places from the river to the sea. That mantra, though, was denounced by the president, Claudine Gay.
Absolutely right. But not if you listen to Pramila Jayapal. All right, we have a big and exciting announcement for the Big Weekend Show. Family, meet Guy Benson's new bundle of joy. Look at that sweetheart, Conrad James, 8 pounds, 12 ounces. A big, beautiful baby boy cuddled up with their dog, Roy. Guy Benson and his wonderful husband, Adam, welcomed their baby boy into the world just last week. They're an incredible family, and by all reports, and I do have sources, they're embedded deeply in the Benson Wise camp, and my sources are telling me exclusively that Conrad is a phenomenal baby already, and he's already doing a great job starting his life as a wonderful sleeper. Congratulations all.